Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Better late than never. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Acolyte trailer review slash breakdown video. Of course, it's been a couple of days since we've actually taken a look at this. I've been quite busy, but now is the time. What was going on with the Acolyte trailer? What have you guys might have missed throughout that trailer? Easter eggs and everything in between is exactly what we're going to go ahead and discuss and break down in today's video. Of course, we're going to go ahead and hop right on into it. The veil of secrecy has finally been lifted on the Acolyte. Leslie Headland's Disney Plus show telling a tale from the perspective of the dark side in a time when the light is at its brightest. Set 100 years before the events of the Phantom Menace or the Skywalker saga, at the waning days of the High Republic era, the investigation of a series of shocking crimes sends the Jedi deep into a dark conspiracy. The trailer opens with younglings at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Jedi Master Soul, played by jung-jae, counsels his class to close their eyes and reach out with the Force. In dialogue remnants of Luke's training of Rey in The Last Jedi, he asks the students of what they see. While two give the expected answers of life, balance, the third gives a more cryptic, "I see fire." This is likely hinting at the chaos to be unleashed in the show itself, but is also quite fitting of the High Republic era itself, where Jedi were encouraged to interpret the Force in their own way, such as Jedi Master Ivar Chris, who perceived the Force as, well, music. Speaking of the High Republic novels, the white and gold robes seen in the scene as well tie directly into the more ornamental robes introduced in the publishing initiative, which is set 200 plus years before the movies or the Skywalker saga really. The class of younglings includes a Tarsent, first seen in the Force Awakens movie, and an entirely new species as well, which is something that I highly am praising this show for, is, well, actually showing off more Jedi species, and not just that, but new Jedi species, and not just Jedi, but just alien species within Star Wars. It's kind of a given thing and something that people would hope for, yet I go on the internet, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and people are complaining that the show isn't offering a lot of new species, when it entirely is. Anyway, interspread with this dialogue, we have scenes of May, who is played by Amanda Steinberg, who's going to be one of the main characters, the protagonist of the show, entering a town full of colorful characters. There isn't much to go off, but the rough and ready look of the town really has Outer Rim written all over it. We've known that Steinberg is the main character of the show since the very beginning, and most recently she told Magazine C that her role in the show is quite large, saying that I have a really heavy load in this show, an abnormal load. As May enters this bar, she draws the attention of a Jedi Master, Endara. A brief scuffle ensues, with a delightful mix of high-speed martial arts and force powers, and I'm so hyped for this. I love it. Seeing Trinity from The Matrix as a Jedi was definitely a highlight for us. We also see her robes are much more remnants of Jedi that we already know and love, maybe what we see in the prequels. Again, likely an indication that she is far from civilization and adopting a less flashy attire at that there as well, maybe kind of going undercover. A teaser poster of a lightsaber leaving a trail of blood was a pretty strong hint, but this trailer spells it out for us. Someone is killing Jedi, and we get a brief look at this main character, May, taking her knife to an unprepared Jedi Knight. The next scene or clip that we see is that we meet new Jedi characters. Yord Fandor, played by Charlie Barnett, described as a by-the-books kind of Jedi, and Jackie Lon, a half Thelan Jedi, described as just a badass by actor Daphne Keane. These two strike us as an odd couple pair up, with Jackie wanting to rush in while Yord wants to wait for backup. Whatever role that they end up playing, they look totally awesome, and I'm so ready for them. More Jedis in this shot as well. The one of the right looks like Keldor, sparking speculation that it could be Plo Koon, but it could be a new Keldor kind of species or character much rather. Either option is pretty cool in our book. We then get a new look at Jedi Master Kalnaka, played by Chewbacca actor Joonis Sutomo. The Wookiee is described as a loner, and it seems like he has a heavy heart just from this brief image. As the trailer goes on and the investigation begins to ramp up, we see Sol use a Jedi mind trick on a convict to get more information out of him, similar to how we see Obi-Wan in A New Hope using Jedi mind tricks. It looks like he's simply trying to calm the man down, but it seems sinister somehow. This is likely intentional, as the show aims to get us to, as a viewer, to question the perspective of the good guys all at the same time as well, which is something that I really like. We then see a ship approaching a ruined castle. It seems to match the design of a ship that we later see crashing into a snowy planet. This is likely Sol's ship, which we will follow around the galaxy as he picks up this trail of breadcrumbs left by the dark side in this series of crimes. We see Sol get into a fight with May, again using martial arts rather than sabers. Martial arts in this show is something that I'm really looking forward to. It feels like an entirely new fighting style within the Star Wars universe. We haven't really ever seen anything like that before. Vanessa Rao is a big win for fans of the High Republic novels, publishing as a Maryland Jedi, one of the youngest ever to be knighted. Steps of the page and onto the screen, played by Rebecca Henderson. It's clear and cut that she's based on Coruscant, and who knows, maybe she's on the Jedi Council by this point. Nonetheless, it's really cool to see this character come from the pages and now into actual live action. A super brief shot of Manny Jacinto's character, Quimmer, is a traitor and a former smuggler who was swept up by the Jedi investigation all at the same time as well. Also note on how the Jedi Master Sol, played by Lee Jung-jae, is also in the shot. He appears to have shorter hair, so this looks like it could be some type of flashback. We see a group of our Jedi, including Jedi Master Torben, Wright, played by Jean Charles Chapman, approaching a stranger, but what's even more fascinating to us is the robed figures behind them carrying long bows. This series definitely looks to set up to take us on some fun places. Mother Anesia has been described as a Force user, but who's neither Jedi nor Sith, and leads an order of women. More detail has been added though, describing her group as a coven of witches actually. The only witches that we've ever known as in a galaxy far, far away would be the Night Sisters, but we think that this is something new. Her dialogue talks about power, and who is allowed to use it, likely referring to the Jedi, who would seem to have a monopoly on the Force at this era, and might react to her group with hostility. This is again reminding me of Luke's dialogue in The Last Jedi again. Anyway, as the trailer draws to a close, we finally get to see May unmasked, standing by the sea. So many details are hidden, but we are so fascinated by her character, and we can't wait to experience her story. The trailer closes out with a shot that had shocked us. A red lightsaber slices through the Force before being caught in a human hand. While we knew that we were getting lightsaber combat, we weren't expecting it to be such a bold display, especially of a red lightsaber being out and about like that. It seems that the Sith would be more hidden during this time period. We imagine all the combat would be more subtle, such as we see with May using a knife when she attacks the Jedi at the beginning of the trailer. This is very interesting for the show itself. First, it seems to confirm the obvious that the Sith are behind the attacks on the Jedi, but how does this work with Ki-Adi Mundi's statement in "The Sith have been extinct for a millennium," as we hear him say that in The Phantom Menace? I think the only answer to that would be that this Sith character is going to have to kill all of these Jedi that are trying to, I don't know, take him on, I guess, would be my only answer. So nobody would be able to tell the story, really. Only time will tell on that. And we're so fascinated to see how this pairs up, though we're quite afraid it's going to involve a lot of Jedi by the end of things. And then the money shot. Sol and a ton of other Jedi ignite their lightsabers and charge into battle, only to be thrown back by a powerful blast from the mysterious red blade welder. Seeing so many lightsabers on screen at the same time was a real fist-pumping moment, and we can't wait to see it all play out. Guys, this all being said, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.